Jadav is back at it here to give everyone my very first Game of Thrones Season 2 episode reaction video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Game of Thrones or just not sure, then you should probably take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which, of course, I'll put in the description for you. If that's the case, you find out that you're not caught up, it would be my suggestion that you don't continue watching this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This is going to be Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode number 1. The title of this episode is called The North Remembers. This will be my reaction, review, recap of the episode. On Dragonstone, the late King Robert Baratheon's brother, Stannis Baratheon, declares himself the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. Now, he sends a message across the Seven Kingdoms that Robert's supposed heirs are the products of incest between Jaime and Cersei Lannister. Despite Sir Davos Seaworth's advice, Stannis refuses to ally himself with the King of the North, Robb Stark, or rival claimant Renly Baratheon. Fearing the influence that the Red Priestess Melisandre holds over Stannis, Maester Cressen attempts to kill Melisandre in a murder-suicide with poison wine. So they both drink the wine, but Melisandre drinks the entire cup unaffected, and of course, Maester Cressen dies because of that. Now, Robb informs the captive Jaime Lannister of Stannis' letter, pointing out that Robb's brother Bran was crippled by Jaime, and Ned was killed by the orders of Joffrey. That's what Jaime points out to him, and that he crippled Bran because, well, he felt like doing it. Robb sends Jaime's cousin Alton Lannister to King's Landing with the terms for peace, including the return of Robb's sisters, Arya and Sansa, and then Ned's remains in acknowledgement of the Northern independence. Like, they don't want to be controlled by anybody. They just want Robb Stark and nobody else. They don't want to be a part of the Seven Kingdoms, really, apparently. And Theon Greyjoy is supposed to ask his father, Lord Balon Greyjoy, for the naval force of the Iron Islands, and his mother, Catelyn, to negotiate an alliance with Renly's court. Catelyn tells Robb his father would be proud, but warns him not to trust Balon because Balon Greyjoy is kind of an asshole. After a prophetic dream, Bran visits the Godswood with Osha, noticing a red comet. Now, Bran declares it an omen of victory in the war, but Osha insists it means dragons have returned. Osha seems to know a lot about certain things, more than I think what she leads on to. Now, the Night's Watch ranging party reaches Craster's Keep beyond the wall, and Craster claims that the Wildlings leader, Mance Rayder, is amassing an army to move south, and then Lord Commander Mormont offers leadership advice to Jon Snow. And then with the remnants of Khal Drogo's Khalastar, Daenerys Targaryen makes a difficult journey across the Red Waste and sends 3 riders to find shelter for her followers. Now, during the combats to celebrate King Joffrey Baratheon, the captive Sansa saves the drunken Sir Dantos Hollard by convincing Joffrey to make him a fool, which to the amusement of everybody that he does. Now, Tyrion, sent as the hand of the king by Tywin, mocks his sister Cersei for letting Arya escape, having planned to trade the Stark girls for Jaime. Now, Joffrey is asking Cersei about his father, well, what he thought was his father, Robert Baratheon's, what he's up to, you know, other than Cersei. Is he out fucking everybody else with all these bastards he might have around? And he gets slapped by Cersei, and then Joffrey says to Cersei, never to do that again, as that is punishable by death. And that's how Cersei dismisses Stannis' letter to Joffrey as gossip, and then Joffrey orders the King's Watch to murder all Robert's bastards, discovering too late that one Gendry has already left the city traveling to the Wall. Unbeknownst to the Lannisters, Arya is also with that caravan, and that is how the episode ends. So pretty crazy episode with Joffrey ordering the City Watch to kill all the bastard children of Robert Baratheon, as he wants to maintain that Iron Throne and doesn't want anybody that could potentially step in the way. Of course, Gendry, they didn't get a chance to find him yet, so we'll see what happens with that. But pretty good episode. I really like the part where Cersei slapped Joffrey. Like, Joffrey really showed his stuff in this episode, and that's why I had to give Joffrey the character of the episode, because he was pretty devious for an annoying little shit. You don't want to fuck with Joffrey. And then the stuff with Stannis Baratheon, Sir Davos, and Melisandre was a little interesting. Obviously, they worship and do anything that the Lord of Light says. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, make sure you smash that like button. If anybody that you know would be interested in this reaction, review, recap of the episode. I know some people think this is a review. Some people think it's a reaction. I just watched the episode. Now, if I watched this episode and then a week later talked about it, then I would call it a review. But since I just watched it as a reaction, I've already seen the series, so it wouldn't make sense for me to put the show on the screen and react to that. So just so you know. And then, of course, leave me comments with your thoughts on the episode, whatever you want to talk about. You can give me a score of the episode. You can talk about the episode or anything Game of Thrones related. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.